being in a relationship where there's no sex involved, which obviously those two things alone bring about a bunch of toxicity in any relationship.
I can relate to this because I'm in a situation where I know things can be better, but there are certain aspects which could be fixed, certain topics, certain, and I don't know how to put it.
This can still be fixed. We can resuscitate this. We can build it back stronger, faster. That's what he's referring to.
Okay, you're a huge dick for that one.
The human race is divided in two distinct sexes, male and female. While the typical man is a simple creature, there exists a subgroup, the nice guy, a dying breed of chivalrous, romantic, domesticated gentlemen whose qualities are desired by the opposite sex, allegedly. However, they are dismissed and confined in such concepts as the bestie, work husband, and the dreaded friend zone. Joe, Jason, and Manny are the last of the nice guys.
I'm going to give you guys an option today. Okay? You guys
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting episode of I was about to say the Geek Bros. Oh my God.
Blasphemy.
Of the last
Blasphemy.
Of the nice guys. I am Joe, and with me is
Jason.
Manny.
And today's topic, I have no idea.
What is in your mouth, Joe? I mean,
nothing.
You're eating something.
Nothing.
Clearly,
I'm not eating nothing.
So what? So what's it? Why is it? Why do you sound muffled? You sound muffled.
I had a dentist appointment, and they pulled out a tooth.
That's a lie. Really?
Is that all they pulled out?
No, they pulled out something else.
Yeah, it wasn't there. It wasn't there to begin with.
It wasn't his.
You don't even know what it was, though. Why would you think?
Do you know what it was?
I
was thinking about your bowls, but that's just me.
Well, allegedly.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Carry
on, Joe. Our
so we have an exciting episode today. Even though I have no clue what the topic is, I'm pretty sure and confident that it's going to be really good. So, Manny, take it away.
So I'm going to give you guys a choice. We could talk about what Jason brought up to us in the chat.
Which one was that?
The video that you just recently posted.
Yeah, I love that. I don't know what video that was, but I love it. I sent a lot of stuff.
Because I don't know which one it was, but I liked it.
Yeah.
The one with Pharaoh and Preach with the transgender.
Oh God, damn.
Oh, that was a good one. Okay, great.
Yeah, that's a good one. But what else?
We can talk about that, or we can talk about why people enjoy staying in toxic relationships.
Ooh.
Oh, damn. What? So let me ask you a question. What inspired the toxic relationships conversation?
I don't have any inspiration.
There has to be. Like, where did that come from? Because we talked about that a while ago, but that was inspired by something, by a mutual friend. So
I think that mutual friend's me.
No. At the time, hold on. At the time we were talking about toxic relationships, you actually were in a healthy relationship. I was proud to be your best man. Now, not so much. So I was I was scrolling through the many podcast web series things that we follow. Okay.
And I saw one that said, or that asked if sex was a good enough reason to stay in a relationship. Or is love enough, or should sex hold on, keep you holding on to it?
That's
So
actually a
like
good
all,
topic. That's actually a
That's a
good.
I like
That's a good.
honestly. I
That's
like
a
all
good
three
topic.
of them. I like all
Okay.
three of them.
So
so I tweaked it a little bit.
huh.
This is gonna be
This-
tough
this
because
is,
I
this is the
literally.
first time on air you guys listen to us decide a topic. I am so sorry. I don't know.
I think I'm gonna go with the toxic relationship one, to be honest.
Okay, I'm down for that
So,
too.
Can I get
Okay.
potato salad?
So what it so I want you now to repeat the topic. Today's topic is
Why do people?
Okay.
Oh, you want me to do it? You want to do it?
no you. Okay.
No, Manny, go ahead.
Today's
Which you? There's
topic
two you.
is oh Jesus Christ. This is guys, I'm so sorry. Today's topic is
Why do people stay in toxic relationships?
Bing Bang Boom on the Last of the Nice Guys. Tune in. There you go. There's our spot. All right, bring it up. So explain your premise and let's go from there.
So again, I watched a very short clip. I didn't watch the whole episode. It was brought up by eight at the table discussing if love was truly enough to maintain the relationship, the effects of being in a relationship where there's no sex involved, which obviously those two things alone bring about a bunch of toxicity in any relationship. So and then you fellers talking about the gentleman that we were talking about.
Fellers.
Fellers? 1950s shit, like fellers.
You kind folk.
Now,
You
here's
lovely
here's
gentlemen.
a sponsorship from our good old friend Aunt Jemima.
Whoa.
War, tragedy. Too soon, Joe. Too soon.
I know.
Okay?
I know.
And you
For
can't
real.
you can't call her Aunt Jemima. Only we can call her Aunt Jemima.
Yeah, you can. That's our word.
Oh, such a ridiculous thing. Okay.
What is it
So-
called now? General Mills.
I can't believe it.
Same great taste, just a different name. From the company that brought you Aunt Jemima. It says right there too on the bottom right. It says, "But from the company that brought you Aunt Jemima." So what's the point? You just made it smaller.
Old Mill something, I think it was.
Yeah, Old Mills.
Oh man. That which that could even be portrayed as, racist, but we're not
Exactly, Old Mills, mammy.
Oh man, you just took it to a whole nother level with that one.
But yeah,
Terrible.
so I watched and then the other guys that the gentleman that you guys were referring to while we were off air, just toxic situations. Why do people put themselves in it, and why do they stay in it? Even after reading all of the red flags and seeing everything and having their friends saying, don't do it. And you're still like, yeah, I'll still do it because I can walk away from this, right? No. So,
No,
no.
you can't. No.
No. So, gentlemen, anybody, feel this at all?
Well, I mean, I for one can relate to the word toxic. Because I think this entire
You
night
have a
slash
Britney
episode-
Spears poster in your room?
No, actually, I like Britney now. She actually came out as not like she broke off from that whole controlling thing that she had with her family, and she broke free allegedly, and now she's like part of. Well, I can't say it on the podcast because I don't want with the whole algorithm of saying the words, certain words. I don't want to go ahead and. No, I don't want to say. I don't want to say. But there's a letter in the alphabet where she apparently is siding with, and I don't want to say any more when it comes to that.
Okay, I don't
Codes.
understand any of that.
Codes.
But carry on.
Okay. Anyway, the people who know, if you know, you know.
Great.
Anyway,
Fantastic.
so
that is not arbitrary at all.
I have a relatable situation when it comes to this topic. This is why I actually picked it. No, not allegedly. No, is it really allegedly?
No,
I think it's actually
no. It's very factual. It's pretty much the definition of
exactly. Thank you. And he can vouch because he's the one that
he can vouch
tell
because he's so disappointed in you.
see. That's what I just said. The entire night episode, it's going to be him, Jay, bashing me because he knows exactly where I'm going with this. Actually, Manny too, because I've actually said a couple of things to you both before off air about certain things. But I can relate to this because I'm in a situation where I know things can be better, but there are certain aspects which could be fixed. Certain topics, certain and I don't know how to put it politely without trying to sound like
basically what he's saying is that Joe's the type of man that sees roadkill on the side of the road and believes this can still be fixed. We can resuscitate this. We can build it back stronger, faster. That's what he's referring to.
Okay, you're a huge dick for that one.
Okay,
but no, I don't.
I call roadkill like I see roadkill.
I don't. Oh, man, that's low, bro. That is low, even for me. In my standard, that's low.
Sorry, dog.
Okay, but I get why you're saying it. But all I can tell you is that,
gentlemen who's listening and ladies, if your woman is confronted with something that makes you feel uncomfortable, and it is a justifiable uncomfortable feeling, and your woman says to you, in no certain terms, I'm gonna still do what I want to do, and I'm willing to lose this relationship to do what I want to do. Okay? You tell me if that doesn't sound like roadkill on the side of the street. That's it. That's toxic. That's roadkill. That you can't resuscitate that. You can't build that back. You cannot fix that. You can't fix selfish. I'm done.
You can't. No, and I 100% agree with you. You can't. Which is the next thing I was going to say is I'm an advocate for therapy, whether it be independent or couples. I'm an advocate for it. I think a lot of people, at least that I know personally, should be receiving therapy. But I do know that it can help. Will it fix the problem completely? I don't think so, but it does help. And all I know from personal experience is that if you really put the effort and work into it, especially if what Jason said happened, which is a situation, you can kind of have a little bit of hope. But if even that doesn't work out, and then you get reminded of that situation, then yes, I definitely think that toxicity will continue, and you won't see any change. It'll just happen again and again and again.
What Joe is saying is that
here we go.
Is that when you take roadkill to an autopsy, there's an autopsy specialist who will then confirm the reasons why this roadkill is dead and possibly how it was killed. So that's what he's saying. Just wanted to throw that out there for you guys, just so you guys understand what's really going on in the hood. That's what he means.
Anyway, no, it's not what I mean 100%. And there are other things that new events unfolded and new things happened that since this situation occurred. Again, there are a lot of things that need to be worked on. In my personal experience, there are a lot of things that need to be worked on. Has there been some toxic traits and situations occurring or have occurred? Yes, 100%. My thing is, me personally, I just want to know or see, and Jason's again is going to bring up the roadkill theory. I just want to know or see if things could change with outside help. Okay. And if I know that they can't, or I know that it definitely is it's a dead fish in the water, I'll go ahead and definitely remove myself. I have no problem doing that.
So what Joe is saying that he wants to call EMS on the side of the road where the roadkill is, and he wants them to do CPR and to use the defibrillator to shock it to see if maybe this roadkill can be brought back to life. I want to make it very clear. It's roadkill, not freshly run over, not hurt, roadkill.
Do we want to use the defibrillator if it's possibly raining outside? Can we just use like an EpiPen or
no? Joe
adrenaline?
He needs the adrenaline shot that you shoot into them. He needs the defibrillator. We're talking about rain, sleet, or snow. He wants mouth-to-mouth resuscitation on a fly-ridden carcass. He needs this because he needs to make sure that before they write this roadkill off, before you write it off, you've done everything you could to resuscitate a dead body. Is that accurate, Joe?
Such an asshole. Such an asshole.
I'm an asshole? Why am I an asshole? Why am I an asshole? Because I'm not telling you what you want to hear. I'm not.
You're an asshole. You're an asshole because you're right, and it's just hard to admit. That's why
I can't be the guy that you guys are with your little friend. You know, keeping your mouth shut. You know, I'm sorry.
No. I don't want you to do that either.
But once that example was brought to me, I said very clearly, it's over. That's it. And any day after that, even if it's gone through with, even if there's vows spoken before the Lord God above, I said it was over, and I will never not see it as over. I'll just see a carcass being.
So do you think that if couples go to therapy and try to fix their problems, or if they just go just to see if they have any problems and it turns out to be a positive thing, do you think
it's not a bad thing to go to therapy, especially if if you're getting, you really should go at least once, just from the ask a couple of questions, a marital session, or you should go to for the hell of it. It might bring up things, but for me, therapy is good for the little things. You don't wash the dishes. Your hygiene's a little off. Maybe you're coming home too late. Maybe you're ignoring. I mean, little things. But for big things, I don't think it helps. Big, incredible personality.
Why is that?
Because the person has to be willing to change. But the person has to be willing to see the error in their ways. And if they can't see it or recognize it from the person that loves them, that's trying to tell them, look, this is what's bothering me about you. Please, can we have a discussion? The likelihood of them taking a stranger's word is minuscule, in my opinion. You're too close to it, so a third party might give perspective. Bullshit.
Especially a woman.
I don't give a shit about what some stranger says. I can write it off easily. Good, I can write it off really easily. Because it's just some stranger. You don't know what's really going on with my life. You only hear it coming from two verses. You're not witnessing it. You're not living it. They can make these rationalizations in their mind and just dismiss what this therapist or is saying, no matter how many times they go to therapy. My point is, if you have to go to that point to resolve issues, then the relationship is over. It should be able to be resolved between the two people. If you love someone, if you respect them, if you value them, you shouldn't need to go further.
That's the thing that I'm literally, I feel like I'm stuck in limbo, and that's why I feel I'm in between two worlds right now, literally, because on one end I do feel as if this is not going to work, and I feel like the way I feel about certain things, especially in the past 3 years, and how I go about certain things and what I do, what I say, it became so bad before that even when I spoke normally, like how I speak to you guys on a regular basis, my tone was a problem because I quote unquote came off too aggressive just by my tone. And I knew automatically, I'm like, all right, look, I can't deal with this for the rest of my life. It's crazy. I'm gonna go to the grocery store. I'm gonna ask her normally, what do you want? I'm going there. And basically, what do you want? What do you need? I'm gonna pick up some stuff. And the way I say it, if I do say at that certain time, might come off aggressive, but there's no disrespect behind it. And then it's the problem automatically. That's the stuff that I can't stand or deal with. And I'm not gonna lie to you both right now, and to our audience that's listening, I have ran into that a few times, and it's troubling. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of annoying. I don't know if anybody out there that's listening that has has had a similar situation where, I'll speak in a man's sense. For a guy, you talk normally, you're speaking normally. Maybe you had a different upbringing, like you were raised by men mostly. Who knows? I don't know. and your tone of voice can come off sometimes as being aggressive. Have you had any women or your girlfriend or wife come to you and be like, why are you speaking? Like, what did I do wrong? Why did you come off so aggressive? If that has happened to you, please let us know. Comment on that, because I want to know if
I can comment on that. I don't think it's ever happened to me. I'm a very despite how aggressive I may or may not come on or passionate on this podcast, I'm a very soft-spoken, like chilled out, mellow kind of guy until I'm riled up, and it takes much to rile me up. So no, because even when I'm trying to be aggressive, I'm really chill about it. It's not my tone, but it's the words that I use. So now I've never been told you're too aggressive, you sound too whatever. Not that I can remember, because usually, even when I'm pissed off, I'm giving you a really chill tone.
Right.
But you can see it in my face and in my words, I'm not amused. Now, Manny,
certain words, certain phrases, and this happened recently, actually, like literally recently. Right. I think I said something along the lines of, "Oh, what were you thinking?" Because she had done something in the house, and I was like, "What were you thinking?" And that came off as, "Oh my God, what did I do? Why are you speaking to me like that way? What? What did I just do?" I'm not literally 85% of my hands are I'm the emoji that shrugs. That's me. 85% of the time in my house. That's me all day. Because I don't know what the fuck I did wrong. And it starts to get it starts to get stressful. It starts to have me leaving the house more to go ahead and just get some peace. I'm not even doing anything behind her back. I'm not doing nothing, allegedly. No, I'm kidding. I'm not doing shit. But all I get is some peace and tranquility when I leave the house, because you're stirring up these issues or problems. And yes, they are small, but now they become bigger. And I do know why Jason says what he says. And it makes perfect sense. I may call him an asshole and you call, each other names, whatever, but he's right. At the end of the day, he's 100% right. So what do you think, Manny? Am I
Manny's very aggressive. Manny's very aggressive. He flies off the handle. He's a very short fuse. Should I go hitchhike? He's a very short fuse, so he screams all the time.
I do not.
No, that's not.
That is like the worst description of me whatsoever.
Yeah. Very accurate. Very accurate.
He just applied for NYPD the other day. Come on, I saw him.
No, I didn't. Don't start lying about
it. Exactly. and the NYPD are the most aggressive motherfuckers out there. So
yeah, it's why I go out there and I'm like, yo, fuck these guys, huh? Yeah, we're gonna take care of all those people.
That's right.
Nah, but I you know what, the funny thing is about what you've your whole entire story is I'm actually very familiar with it. The thing about that is, why'd you stay, bro?
No, not why. Why are you staying? Not why'd you stay. Why are you staying?
In the house or in the relationship or both?
In the relationship. The question is, but why though?
But why?
But why?
I'm seeing too. Like I said before, no, that's a very valid. I completely understand why you're asking that.
No, well, because the topic is, why do people stay in toxic relationships?
Right. And it centers mainly on me, which is unfortunate.
No,
but
it's not mainly on you. We've all done it. I even have a story. I'm just letting you guys go first.
I've never been in a toxic relationship.
You're a toxic person. You shut your mouth.
Yeah.
You deal with yourself every day.
He's toxic when he wants to be.
You deal with yourself every day. So why are you still here?
Why are you still here? Why don't you off yourself?
Yo, what are you talking about right now?
We do not condone suicide whatsoever.
Okay, kill yourself.
Let's just put that out there.
Oh my God. Jason,
if you have any
his New York side come out.
If you have any thoughts of that, please email Dr. Manny, because I will stop you as much as I can. Please.
Yeah, please. And we don't, again, like he said, we don't condone suicide tendencies or thoughts. Please don't off yourself. We don't need that.
Just Jason.
Just Jason. That's it.
Jason.
Yeah, that's all. I'm stuck between two worlds. Though, guys, I okay.
Oh, yeah.
So
describe the two worlds. Describe the two worlds.
the one side is one world, I should say, since I'm talking about worlds. I feel like we're in a Marvel movie or some shit.
That's what I was gonna say. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Multiverse.
Multipass.
The way you said that. I on one planet. I'm describing to you the things that irk me and that are very toxic, in my opinion, and stressful, and have made me and still make me leave the house just so I can get some peace and quiet, which you shouldn't be doing for a man or a woman, like in a relationship. You shouldn't be doing that. And then the other side, frequent talks, therapy have been, guess, somewhat helping, and not reassuring wise, but helping in the sense where I get the, look, for what I said to you before on this date, on this day, I apologize. I don't feel that way. I said that in the moment, and I also did not mean it. I know that I can't, basically saying how she hurt the feelings, went ahead and said stuff that she didn't mean to say. It's just her lashing out because she had thought that I said something worse. Which
did you accept that apology?
Did I accept it?
Yes.
For that situation that you mentioned before?
Yes.
No, to this day I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't.
Okay, but you're still around. So let me ask you a question. When the girl who called me to go pick her up, right?
Uh-huh.
Remember, I had told her my feelings. I felt like use and abuse. She told me that it's your fault, but then she came back. And eventually, after speaking to people, which is probably what happened with yours, came back and said, "You know what? I'm wrong. I apologize." Are you saying that I should have accepted that apology and then gone and picked her up from the when she needed help the other day?
What you should have done is you should have showed up, punched her in the throat, told her have a nice day, and keep going.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Once again, we don't condone violence against women. Let me just point that out. But I will say that
is all satire.
If you have to slap a bitch, then so be it.
Always. I
want to make sure I don't use these clips on our sizzle reels.
No, please don't.
Because it's disgusting. It's disgusting.
It's terrible.
Always say your name like you're Wayne Brady. Does Joe Shanley have to slap a bitch?
Oh, no, he just made it 10 times.
I'm trying to show you the hypocrisy of it. So what I'm saying is, are you telling me that I should have not only, whether I accepted it or not, received her apology, and then when she called me for help, I should have gone to get her?
In your situation, no.
No. It's not my situation. It's the situation. So the difference is you're with her. I'm not really with this girl anymore. But it's a very similar thing where she said something out of turn that she later regretted after soul searching, speaking to Buddha or speaking to people, came back and took it back. You're telling me the same thing. She said something out of turn after a certain amount of time. It wasn't immediately. Actually, it wasn't. In my opinion, the statute of limitation ended by the time you got an apology, which means she probably did speak to her people about this, and she was told otherwise. You know this, I know this. She didn't come to this conclusion on her own. She spoke to her girlfriends and said, or whomever, and luckily for you, somebody spoke truth to her and said, "Yo, you're fucking up. You need to apologize. That's really messed up of you." Really, you think so? Yes, bitch. So what I'm saying is you're still in the relationship. So by your example, should I have gotten that girl when she called me because she changed her mind? She clearly wanted to talk a couple of times and she needed my assistance.
No, I don't think you should have.
So why are you still in your relationship?
Because there are things that have made me change my mind over the past couple of months.
Oh yeah?
And yes.
No, I want to bring to light, this episode is not to be jumping all over Joe and his relationship. This is purely asking questions, and Jason, being the kind of person that he is, he likes to poke the fucking bear. So until you give him an answer that's worth him actually listening and understanding, he's going to continue asking, but why?
I can let it go. I'll let it go right now. I'll drop it because there's many other examples I can drop on. I mean, I'm not any better. Old me would have been the same way as Joe is now. I would have probably stuck around and let this shit happen. For the love of God, I mean, Up until what? Even my last relationship, I stuck around for 6 months until I realized in the last month I didn't like it. The difference is though, is I challenged the girl on it, and the relationship ended. And I didn't care. I wasn't going to fight for it because I have enough self-respect now to recognize what I don't want. And I'm not going to sit here and watch my best friend continually dismiss and make excuses for being in a situation that's clearly causing him duress. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Joe?
Makes sense.
Joe, you there? Joe, you crying? I mean, he's there, but it's gone. I don't know what happened. Hello, Joe?
Did we lose him? I think
Maybe I went too hard on him. But anyway, so let's move on to whatever you're saying, Manny.
So the only reason, again, like I said, most of us have dealt what's going on with his.
Oh, I
Joe,
don't know.
are you there?
I think
You're on mute and now you're on video. Most people.
Technical difficulty. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so you missed my entire fucking monologue.
No. I know. My apologies. I would like to know. I would like to know what you said though.
Oh my god, I am not. Then listen to the podcast. I'm not doing that all over again. That was passionate. That was real, and I don't have that. I know
it did it on the worst time. I know. I apologize.
No take two. If you want to hear it, well, I can't tell you how long. Listen to the podcast. You probably don't even listen to our podcast. I love it. I love listening to this thing. It's great.
Actually, I do listen to it, and secondly, I don't like the way my voice sounds.
Sometimes, nobody does.
Yeah, I know. You fucking asshole. This fucking ass. I told you before earlier. I don't know why I haven't. I know this episode isn't purely directed onto me, like Manny said. I get it, but it's just a relatable topic to me because of what I'm currently in and going through. I'm not saying 110%, and this is just me talking in my opinion. Other people have other opinions, like Jason has his strong opinion, and I respect it. And actually, I value his opinion the most out of anybody I know, because of the history that we have, because we have been in these talks for over 10 years or more in regards to different women. So yeah, I know that
because you went off on me last night and hurt my feelings. Okay.
Okay. Well, Manny, first of all, Manny holds a special place in my heart. That place.
Why? Because I didn't feel that last night. Okay, I really didn't feel that.
That place is kind of like almost near my rectum. So
I was gonna say.
No, I love you, Manny. I do. And even though you're all the way in Florida, and I feel jealous that you and Jason hang out at times.
When are we hung out?
Is that what it is?
I'm kidding. I'm joking. No, I actually like the fact that you two are close to each other, because listen, not for nothing, and I know this is gonna be throwing the most shade at the people that you both know, but listen, you guys make a good tag team duo when it comes to hanging out and doing stuff when you guys do go out. And if I was down there, it would be a throuple. Like, we would be going everywhere.
Oh, damn! If we were all down here, it'd be a mess. We'd be
it would be crazy. It would be crazy, and it'd be fun, and we would go ahead and put it on social media so the other folks can be super jealous and cry basically cry themselves to sleep. I would love it. But look, I digress. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like why my situation is relatable to this topic, and I'm in limbo right now when it comes to what I want to do. I don't know 100%. There are things that I'm seeing and hearing lately that have been improvements, and then I keep getting reminded about that situation that we brought up and other little situations that seem to be getting in the direction, which I hope not turning into bigger situations, which I don't want to deal with. Hence the reason why I told you guys in the audience I would rather spend my times as much as I can out of the house to enjoy my peace and tranquility.
But and I shouldn't be doing that.
I shouldn't be doing that. I should not be doing that.
That's the problem.
Yes.
There's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can say that makes that. Oh, I see things changing, but I'm still leaving the house for my peace. But I've been seeing some examples that have changed my mind, but I'm still leaving the house to find my peace.
Well, now here's my question though. Is a lot of it purely based on her, or just the surroundings with the two of you guys involved?
Very good question, Manny, and I actually love you for asking that because this is very important. It is mainly the surroundings. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I know, Manny, you literally just met me last year, but
I literally Jason, just met him. I literally just met Manny last year too. So what's the point?
No,
like literally, we just shared our first anniversary.
What I'm saying is the reason. Fucking saps, bunch of simps. What I'm saying is, have you noticed a change in my behavior or my aggressiveness or something when I mean knowing me from like years ago or knowing me from like last year till now, whatever. Have you guys noticed like a little bit of a change? How I can get off easily? I'm not usually a confrontational person. I'm not. I'm really not. I just, same thing like you guys. When it comes to getting ticked off, you show your true colors. When it comes to getting, angry or mad or whatever, and you speak out and you lash out the best way you can, given the fact that you're angry. But I feel like my aggressiveness has kind of jumped up a couple of notches, and it is mainly part due to the surroundings. And I will admit, it really is. A lot of I have triggers now that just, I'm done. Like the moment I see or hear something or do something, I'm finished.
So the only reason why I bring that up is because it might not be the fault. It might not be her fault. You know what I'm saying? That the toxicity is there until you guys actually have your time alone by yourselves in your own place, dealing with each other on a daily basis without outside influence.
Right.
So that's why I asked, because, Jason's over here saying, why are you still there? Why are you still there? My thing is, why are you still in that situation? Now, again, not to put your business out there.
No, it's okay.
You suck at life. No, I'm just kidding.
Facts.
No.
Fact.
Obviously,
fake New Yorker.
Obviously, not everybody knows your situation and why you're there and what's going on, and not everybody else, because it's not their fucking business anyways. But the thing about it is, are you doing something to remove yourself and her out of that situation if that's where you're willing to go?
Yes, 110%. Yes. For the past 6 months.
And this is why you're becoming a sellout?
I'd like to counter that as soon as I get a chance.
Of course. Go ahead.
Okay.
I want to hear this.
The scenario that I alluded to in the beginning, how much of that scenario had to do with your living situation?
That scenario never happened in the home.
What do you mean?
Are you talking about the stuff that I call? You talking about the Mexico stuff?
No. I'm talking about the.
Oh yeah. That. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes, right. I'm asking that scenario, my deal breaker.
Right.
How much of that had to do with your home situation?
Because I had mentioned something about living there and how much I hate it. I guess that.
What do you mean?
No.
Okay.
Okay, the argument that day turned out to be me having to express my dislike and hatred. Not hatred, that's too harsh a word. My dislike.
Your displeasure.
Right, my displeasure and my dislike of being there. And I went so far in describing it, and my feelings came out where I just kept continuously going off as if to say, this is the problem, this is the problem, this is the problem, and this is the reason why, and this is the reason why, and this is the reason why. And I basically ended with the how do you feel? And then it just carried on to another topic, which then that topic turned out to be her saying what she said. And then when I got the apology like weeks later about it, it was, because I understand your dislike about being here. And I do understand why you don't want to be here, but I don't have to be reminded about it all the time. If you wanted to go anywhere, if you want to start looking, I'll help you. We'll go. But you can always go ahead and take as much time off, like basically away from here as you can or as you want, just so you can clear your head. But again, that's what she said. And on top of that, she was like, again, I do apologize for saying what I said. I just went off of your energy. And I was like, interesting. That's why you said what you said? Really? That because you took my energy and basically used it against me because you wanted to match it. You couldn't just sit there on the couch,
Okay, all right. But what
cross
I'm
your
saying
legs
is,
and listen to what I'm saying without having to respond.
what I'm saying is the topic in question, how much the topic that led to that statement, how much that topic had to do with your living situation?
It had a lot to do with it.
Okay, how so?
Mainly 85% of the arguments always start off with me referring to what the hell am I doing here?
Correct. And that I understand that. There's a catalyst, there's always a catalyst. I get
right.
that.
Right.
The situation, I will do what I want, regardless of whether or not this ends our relationship statement. Okay. How much of that topic had to do with your living situation?
A fair amount. I wouldn't say the entire amount,
How
but
so?
a fair amount.
How so?
How so?
Yeah.
Because I'm the one that started the.
No, you see, you're not listening. You're not listening at all. The topic was, you're uncomfortable that she has no problem with attempting to make male friends. Okay,
that's what the topic led into.
Let me just lay it out there. Right, that was the topic. No matter how you got there, that's how you got there. That's where the statement came from. It didn't come from all the other topics. It didn't come from either you live here or the relationship's over. What I'm saying is the situation was you expressing your concern and your uncomfortability with her attempts to make and meet new men as friends. And at that moment,
well, friends in general, right?
Right, but you're not uncomfortable with her making couple friends or female friends.
Right,
You're uncomfortable with that little part of it where she doesn't mind meeting up with and making single male friends. That's what your issue was.
Right.
Something you had brought up before and that she had dismissed before. I'm going to throw all the tea out here. That topic was brought up during a fight that began with your displeasure with your living situation. But the topic now strayed so far from that. You said it. She said she said no certain terms. I'll do what I want to do. I'll meet who I want to meet. And I am willing to give up this relationship to see that through. My question is, how much of that excerpt of that argument had to do with your living situation? And the answer that you should have been saying is nothing.
It didn't. It didn't. The reason why I'm taking your question and I'm pretty much breaking it down.
You're providing context. I understand you're providing context.
But in regards to the whole point of it, no, it had nothing to do.
Exactly. No. So that's my rebuttal. So Manny, and I like Manny's part. And that may be part of the alleged. And I haven't really called your relationship toxic. I've called your relationship over. Maybe part of the reason why, that it could be considered toxic is what he said, your living arrangement. But where I said the relationship was over has absolutely nothing to do with your living arrangement. It was because her choice to pursue this goal has nothing to do with where you guys are living. Because I think she wanted to do this even back when you had your own place, right? I remember this because I told her.
I told her, and I said to her, and I told you this, yeah, exactly. And I said to her, I said, look, I'm not with that.
Exactly.
I'm not comfortable with that. I think that's stupid.
Correct.
And I think that doesn't make any sense. I said, if you want to go ahead and make like couple friends or whatever together,
right,
I'm cool with that. I have no problem with that. But
right,
in regards to you doing it by yourself, no, I'm good. I'm not going to do that. And then I said the same thing that night. And I said, after she said that, I said, I'm not cool with that. I'm not comfortable with that. And if that's how you feel, then fine. However, give me a day or two to get my shit together. And that's what I said. But then,
so what I'm saying, exactly. So what I'm saying basically is that the deal breaker for me, and I'll be real audience, my deal breaker for his relationship means jack shit. I'm just letting you know when I checked out, okay, was then. And this situation is independent of your living situation. It actually precedes your current living situation. So maybe your current living situation is exacerbating what was already there. So that's my rebuttal to Manny's statement, which is a fantastic statement. But unfortunately, the statement that I call a hard stop in this relationship was about may have happened in that house, but it was a situation that was brewing since before you even cohabitated. I rest my case.
So, more important question, since we're giving away
all the tea.
Yeah, not just the tea, but just I mean, yeah. The reason
and the tea bag.
Yeah, always a tea bag. Why? Okay, amongst everything that's going on, because of course, obviously, all of the listeners are going to completely take it out of context because they don't know everything, they don't know all of the details. So why?
If you'd like all the details, please email us at laughsandnightsguys@yahoo.com.
And
okay.
Jason will answer.
So subject line, all the tea.
Yeah, or Joe Shanley at fuckoff@gmail.com. So that's definitely not happening.
Subject line, all the tea.
So, what is the main reason? Again, not calling your relationship toxic. Why are you there?
Ooh, pick me. Because Joe doesn't feel like he can do any better.
That's a lie. I know I can do 10 times better.
It's not. I mean, it in your
Joe
situation,
it is. And he feels like he can't do any better.
It is an
no,
acceptable
that's 100%
reason
not true. I'm not self-conscious. No, I'm not.
I'm not saying that's your reason. I'm saying it is an acceptable. Damn, I can't talk. An acceptable main reason in today's modern world. It's been said.
What?
Right. What I'm saying. It is an example of why people stay around.
Oh yeah, exactly. And what I'm saying though is that's exactly why he's
because this is what I after almost this whole year has been gone by. We're already about to approach October. I've realized that yes, a lot of the things that I don't like in relationships, and I have said before in my past, I seem to be staying to try to figure out if there is a good way to fix it or a good way to resolve it, any issues that may be. My thing is this: I have self-respect, and I'm a very big advocate of not running away on the first sign of whatever, unless it's like cheating or basically that and other small things, which can turn into big things. I just believe, in my opinion, that when it comes to today's relationships, especially on the women's side, a lot of them run away at the first drop of a dime when something goes wrong or something that they don't like. And to me, in my opinion, I think it's bullshit. I think I'm not saying that you should stay during an abusive relationship or when your partner cheats. Hell no, I don't agree with that. You should leave immediately. However, when it comes to certain things that a partner says, and this is why I was trying to explain to you earlier before, that even though she apologized, I get why you're still saying I tapped out of it even after she apologized for it, but I got the explanation as to why, and the explanation made me go off even further on her because it was a stupid ass reason, and I made sure I spoke about it. I also made sure that quote unquote I put my foot down and said what I said in regards to her making these friends. It doesn't make sense. You sound ridiculous. And I've said this over and over again. And I gave her the ultimatum. I gave her this ultimatum at least twice. And I said, if you have a choice, I don't even like living here to begin with. I don't like being around. I don't like nothing about this place is even close to me liking it. And that's a good enough reason alone for me to just move out, just to find my place, even if we're just together, whatever. But if you can't accept what I'm saying and you still seem to think that what you're saying is a good idea and you don't care, even though you apologize and said it out of spite, and you're being serious this time, or you ever will be serious for future reference, I'll leave. I don't mind. And the answer and the actions that I've gotten was basically, oh my God, I'm sorry. She didn't say, oh my God, I'm sorry. But I'm saying like the actions behind after what I said was, I'm sorry. I don't want that to happen. And that's the reason why a part of me is staying, because I'm trying to see if, if this is going to be your behavior in the future, after you say something and have to apologize, that doesn't make any sense to me. You need to never say it again. Like, you need to never bring up the topic again, or the idea of it.
Teacher? Can I ask a question?
Sure, student. Sure, go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. You said that what irks you is when women tend to run away at little things, right?
Okay.
It makes you, as if you're downplaying your stuff. So what I'm saying is, the issues that you have brought up, both on air and off air, those are little things to you?
That we've talked about all the time?
Both on air and off air.
No.
The challenges that you have experienced, are those little things to you?
No.
So then how can you make the analogy that you don't like it when women run away from the little things, if you yourself are not belittling the situation and saying that you're recognizing that what you're complaining about is little things?
I guess I'm looking at it in the time sense, which I didn't really explain or mention that.
Okay, so but the analogy that you made then has absolutely nothing to do with your situation, then.
In a way, no,
because you can't make a comparison that you can't stand women who see little things and they run.
Right. It's been like 5 years.
But your stuff is not little.
About women that, I've been talking about women like for a couple of months, maybe less than a year or a year.
Right. Yeah. So when the analogy doesn't hold water, it's not a defense. It's not even a good argument for your situation. So I'm just kind of curious, as were you downplaying, saying, well, guess what? I think what I'm going through is little. Because that's what you said. You said you're sticking around.
No, I never
around because you don't like it when women run from little things. That's what you're saying. That's why I'm sticking around, is because I want to be about it, talk about it. If I don't like women running away from little things, I shouldn't run away from this. I'm trying to make it work. But then you're saying what you're dealing with is a little thing.
Because if you're gonna say something as a woman out of spite, like, to you that's a little thing. To me, that could be fixed. If it's spiteful,
that's what they do. And I'm just going to be totally honest. This is not me being an asshole or anything, but that's what women do. Women attack emotionally. That's what they do, because
that's exactly what she did.
They think emotionally, they act emotionally, they react emotionally. That's just how they are. So you're saying that she's going to change? Because it might not happen.
What I'm saying, Joe, is that we all have the heat of passion. And sure, sometimes we may say something that can be hurtful. But what was said to you that checked me out was beyond disgusting. That no amount of I had my period, I was emotional, you started it, I gave you back your energy. I don't care what explanation you can give. Nothing justifies telling your fiance that. Nothing justifies telling your husband that. Nothing justifies telling your boyfriend that. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. And please, audience, understand, this is a sore topic for me. It really is. And this has absolutely nothing to do with me.
Or Joe.
Okay. Or Joe. But what I'm saying, though, is that what you're doing, Joe, is you're making excuses and you're hoping for the best. And I'm fine with that as long as you admit to that fact and we move forward.
Right.
Because all you're doing is you're giving justifications for bad behavior.
But Jay,
I have done this.
I have admitted it, though. I've admitted it by saying that that receiving the help. That's admitting it. That's
Joe,
basically me saying.
Joe, if this happened to me and I told you this story to me, what would you tell me? Be real about it. I'm your best friend. If I told you this, what would you say to me?
I probably would have been like, you either should leave or find out why she said what she said.
You'd have said, fuck that bitch, drop her. That's what you would have said to me. I understand that because it's relating more to you, you're going to be more coy about it. But that's what you would have said to me. You know that, and I know that. You'd have been like, oh, hell no. Forget this shit. Get out of that.
I'm not a fan of what she said at all. I don't think that it was valid. I don't think that was right.
I'm not saying you're defending it.
I think it was really fucked up what she said. I do. I think it was incredibly fucked up. But
to answer the question, and again, I don't want to interrupt you because we got to stay on topic.
We are on topic.
This is technically a topic, yes.
Well, no, because the issue is I feel like this is like a question, a Q&A for Joe, and it's not supposed to be a Q&A.
Because Joe started off the conversation by using himself as a good example.
But I don't want to keep it going. I don't want to make the whole
so let's drop it. Let's drop it. Let's table this for next time.
So basically, Joe is staying around because he has high hopes that she will change.
Because he has battered boyfriend syndrome.
She beats him up.
Yeah.
Wait, what's battered boyfriend syndrome?
It's actually a thing. It's a thing. It's a thing.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're constantly just waving the white flag.
Yeah.
The moment the argument starts, you're just like, okay, whatever you say. All right. I don't agree, but yeah.
You mean like letting it go?
Letting it go, letting it happen. Being a throw rug, not standing up for yourself, even getting emotionally and verbally.
But
I'm just joking. That's just joking. That was a joke. Let it go, Joe. Let it go.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it off air. But I
checked out of your relationship, so I don't just talk about it off air.
I think
I'm really pissed off.
The topic is just relatable to what's.
Oh no, of course it is. Absolutely it is, because
it goes on par.
Usually, when you think of toxic relationships, you think of women sticking with men. And again, I'm not at all saying that Joe's relationship is toxic. What I'm saying is Joe's relationship is over. So Manny, carry on.
So basically, the answer to that question is he has hopes that she's going to change, she's going to do better, she's going to work on it because they're both receiving help. That's fine. And that's an acceptable answer because that people nowadays
it's a typical answer,
right? It's a typical answer, and
she can change.
People nowadays that are actually willing to grow within themselves for self-improvement purposes and everything, they tend to go seek counseling or seek help because, again, not every individual is the same. Not everybody has the same.
Do you both think that people can change, or do you think that once a convict commits a murder, they're completely they're gonna be doing it again?
I believe people can change if they want to.
That's my answer right there.
They have to want to.
Change is there, but you have to be willing. First you have to be able to recognize that there's a problem, right, and then you have to be willing to change. And some people can't recognize their faults, and some people aren't willing to change. That's
the reason why I am stuck in limbo. There we go. Because there have been updates that have been occurring that have not mentioned or said anything. Sorry, I'm going off on me again. My apologies. Very sorry. But there are updates that have happened, and that's the reason why I'm on limbo. Because because I can tell you right now, if we made an episode the day after, I think my whole perspective would have changed. But because of the fact that it took like at least a couple of months, and now we're talking about it like fully in a way that I guess I didn't explain to you because of new stuff occurring.
Super aggressive.
That's why my mind is a little bit. Yeah.
No, I understand. I mean, you put at the same time. At the same time, another reason why people stay in toxic relationships is unfortunately the dating landscape sucks. It's terrible. Yep. And you have a choice between getting back out there in the bullshit, in the muck, or sticking with the devil that you know. Sometimes the devil that you know is better than the devil that you don't know. Or the grass, or what is there? The grass is greener on the other side. That's another reason why individuals stay in a subpar to toxic relationship. And I get it but again, on my stance, I've made it very clear. I would rather casually date for the rest of my life than be in a relationship that I don't feel appreciated, loved, respected, heard.
Agreed.
That's just all. I would rather tell this podcast another 100 dating fails than I would talk about being in a committed relationship for any amount of time and still having issues like if it was the first couple of months.
Because you would hate to wake up every day and wonder why you're here every day.
Exactly.
Why am I still doing this?
Or even worse, to hate waking up to the idea of wondering when's the next shoe gonna drop? What's the next issue? When's the next time I'm gonna feel?
Well, also your experiences have made you who you are now.
My experiences have made me very hard.
Right.
I agree, but I like that.
Let's just say, imagine if you had one person, that one girl back in the day years ago, who didn't do what she did on that cruise, but instead just casually and kindly said, you know what, this is not going to work. Sat down with you in like a quaint little.
You mean as opposed to just walking out of my house and saying, forget
like,
this relationship?
Like sitting down, telling you, Jay, you're a great person, you're a great dad, you're a great blah 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 blah. But I don't think I'm ready for a committed and then just ended up leaving. But in a very calm manner. Would that have changed your mindset?
You're assuming that the hardening of my heart allegedly all attributes to that one woman. It wasn't just her.
No, not.
She might have set me down the path, but even if she broke up with me, all the other examples that set me to cultivated the man that I am now would have still happened.
Right.
So
unfortunately,
you see what I'm saying?
We're not. Yeah, so we're not. We weren't in situations like that.
Exactly. So I can't say, oh, this one change. If she was nicer about it, I would be more receptive to Joe's plight. No, I wouldn't. Because what is transpired that it was the cruise girl, the beach date, the baby mama drama, the unrequited loves, the use and abuse. These all things over the course of 15 years, they all cultivated a much. People call it harder. I call it wiser. Jason, I'm wiser. Why am I wise? Because not only do I know what I want, I now know what I don't want. And I'm firm in what I don't want, that it makes me seem hard, uncompromising, and just downright dickish. But no, I valued what I don't want over what I want. But I know what I don't want, and that's more important to me than what I want. And that's the guy that I've become. And this is the guy this is the guy that's being very critical about your decision to stick around in that relationship. This is the guy that's critical about Manny and me taking out two girls for a friggin' impromptu double date just for her to date some other guy. This is me, commenting on a girl who has disrespected me, but it still tries to ask me to pick her up and save her. This is me who downright says, yo, I don't feel reciprocation, but then we'll throw your stuff out in a month because you didn't come get your stuff. This is the reality of who I've become, and I respect who I am now, as opposed to the guy in the past.
Don't get me wrong.
I'm a product of everything that I've seen, and I've cultivated a nice, simple personality now that will say, listen, you do me right, I do you right. You fuck up, deuces.
Don't get me wrong. I know everything that you're saying, even if it's all for on air, that you're saying because you care. I'm not trying to be cliche or try to be like the soft person, which I don't think personally
that's not true, Joe. Misery loves company. I don't want you to be in a committed relationship. I want you to be as miserable as me. That's the truth. I know. I only say this. I say this in jest, but I know because somebody's listening to this and saying this motherfucker is trying to sabotage his best friend's relationship because he's single and miserable.
No, but he's not,
and he doesn't want him to be happy. So I just wanted to throw it out there that I know somebody's thinking this right now. I know.
Do you think as many toxic relationships that I've had, and you know how many I've had, and I know how many, and I know how many you have had in your lifetime. But here's the thing: everything that you mention, that you say, I know for a fact that it's not coming from a place where any normal douchebag would have been like, oh, pretty much, fuck her. Just give me terrible advice, terrible opinions. But you actually like calculate what you're saying. You actually go ahead and take the time to say, look, man, I don't want you going. You even said it before. You said, I don't want my best friend going through certain things because it's not fair. It's not right. And I get that. And that's the reason why I thoroughly respect that. So I don't want the audience to think that, I'm telling him that he's stupid for what he's thinking or saying. It's not the case. It's far from it, actually.
Before we
I
get back
actually
on topic, I just want to make it very clear. This is the kind of friend that I am. I'm not the kind of friend that sugarcoats it, pats you in the back, and says, "Yes, it'll get better. It'll no. I will evaluate what you gave me, and I can only make my opinion and evaluate what you gave me. Okay,
based off of what? Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
and based upon that, I'm going to give you my honest opinion, my honest advice, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If I think you're fucking up, I'm going to say you're fucking up. If I think this is a bad decision, or if I think something is done, I'm going to say it. That's the kind of friend that I am, because that's the kind of friend that I want. That's the kind of friend that I hope to have. So I aspire to be that. Telling your friend the truth based upon what you know and what your experiences are telling the friend your truth based upon their circumstance is more important than coddling them. A real friend will not let you make bad decisions in their opinion. A real friend will have that discussion. A real friend will have that hard conversation. A real friend will call you out and say, yo, I think this is stupid. A real friend will question hard, interrogate you about your decisions. That's the kind of friend that I am. That's the kind of friends that I want, and the kind of friend that I aspire to be.
And that, my friend, is not a toxic friend.
So there you go. So Manny, let's we have 15 more minutes. Let's see how much of this we can salvage in 15 minutes.
This was a good episode, though. Come on, this was a good episode.
It is.
This was a very good episode.
Stupid passionate episode.
I know.
So,
man, Jay, I love you, man. You're the best.
So
he's so passionate about it.
I'm passionate about it because you are my best friend, and I have seen some shit with you. Okay, and you have seen some shit with me when it comes to the opposite sex, and it's different if this is just some girlfriend. This you're about to make this woman your wife, and I'm just like,
yeah. Then you go into my world.
You know, exactly, and exactly. And bless Manny's heart, he was stuck in something like that for what, 10 years? How long?
Yeah, about 8, and then 1 married.
Yeah. So you know that and I'm sorry to say it. I'm not saying that besides his wonderful, beautiful. Did you guys know that Manny is a father of daughters? He's a father of daughters. Besides having 2 wonderful daughters
and a gay young man.
Well, yeah, but from the situation we're talking about, yes.
No, don't forget him. Okay.
No, but that's a different mom, though. See what I'm saying? But I hesitate to say that Manny, somewhere in his heart, might think that he wasted his time, minus having his children. That was a waste of his time, in the end. You see, and I know he'll never say it, but he thinks about it. Everybody thinks about it. Did I waste my goddamn life for nothing? You know? Yeah, I got 2 wonderful daughters out of it, but I could have had that with somebody worthwhile. Right, you know what I'm saying? So you don't want why would you intentionally put yourself in a position where you might be a bald, sad sack like Manny, crying on a podcast about his daughters because he's a father of daughters.
Damn, don't call the man out like that. Jesus Christ. Oh God. What the fuck?
Okay. I want to say
Jay's hitting all the buttons tonight.
This is like the longest inside joke that's been going on for the longest time, and
Jesus Christ,
he keeps throwing it out there like a little asshole that he is. He keeps taking jabs, but it is an inside joke. Jason has no meaning behind this whatsoever, with the exception of that I keep bringing it up because he's an asshole. But
and that's not allegedly either.
That's not allegedly. That's facts. Hold on. That's facts.
New York
speaking. Listen, even on my dating profile, I put I am a smart ass, but that I entertain myself kind of smart ass. So I make it very clear. I'm a smart ass. This is who I am. You know what I'm saying? I do it in jest, except for when I'm talking to Joe. That's just
look who he has reeled in so far.
Yes. Yeah. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible.
So other reasons that people stay in toxic relationships.
Because they had pizza.
Wow, is that something you can?
No, actually, that's a
elaborate
DiGiorno
on?
thing. That's a DiGiorno thing. There was a hashtag thing, why I stayed, and DiGiorno put up, or Sabaros, one of them put up, because he had pizza. And why I stayed was, why am I staying in an abusive relationship? And DiGiorno put that up and took it down like seconds later, and everybody bashed,
Wow.
everybody bashed DiGiorno. It
I
was
wish
bad.
I saw this. Wow.
funny.
Yeah. It was hashtag why I stayed. It was supposed to be talking about domestic abuse and why women stayed, and they all gave their reasons. And DiGiorno's like, because he had pizza. Ha ha ha.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
So that's why I
so
said
terrible.
that. So
Oh,
That's so terrible.
okay. So other reasons that are out there. Actually, I should you know what? Hold on. Other reasons that I've heard
Okay.
are for children.
bad idea.
Yes, it is.
He's now gathering his thoughts on why.
Yeah, after
It's for
after all this tangent, after the fact that we basically absorbed his topic, and in the last 11 minutes, now he's getting his answers. Want to make we have the best podcast on the internet, okay?
Oh God. Oh,
But you
okay,
know what kills me? That comment that kid made on YouTube.
Which
I keep
one?
thinking about that in my head. The fucking cringy comment. Like every
the
single
one-
time that replayed, I thought about that while at the artist. It
right, or
replayed in my
whatever
head.
his name is.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, some people stay in toxic relationships because they're satisfied with unsatisfactory relationships.
That is true. That's all they know.
That's all they know.
That's all they know, and they don't think they
people
deserve
with
any better.
low, right? People with low self-esteem perceive themselves to be less attractive, less comparable to others, and your standards are super low. So therefore, you don't know any better, and you don't think any better because you don't feel any better.
You
And
think
you-
people
and
go
because
for
you-
ugly people? You think like a hot person goes for an ugly person so they can feel better about themselves?
Yeah.
Yes,
If you look,
it is a
let me-
thing.
let me explain to you something. Let me explain to you very clearly. When my kid's mom dropped my happy ass back in the day, I felt so insecure. My thought process was, if the mother of my two kids doesn't want me, who's gonna want me? Okay, no, I mean, real.
I'm sorry. I know.
No, laugh. You can laugh. I mean, I laughed at you the entire time. So, okay, what I'm saying though is that's how I
What a
felt.
fucking asshole.
If the mother of my kids didn't want me, who's gonna want me? So then I specifically, and this is real talk, only dated women with children, single women with children for about a year and a half, maybe 2 years, because they would understand how I felt, whether we would discuss it or not. And I thought we would connect on you're a single parent, I'm a single parent. Guess what? Because you're a single parent, you can get me and you'll appreciate me more than, a woman without kids. So yeah, it's true. When you get into your headspace, you make some stupid ass decisions. And when I say I spent 2 years ish in my early 20s, mid 20s, exclusively pursuing and dating women with kids. And by the way, the more kids, the better. That's what I thought in my head.
Damn.
Yep.
Wow.
Took me a while to get out of that shit. So I'm telling you, that's a real deal. That's a real thing. Carry on, man.
Another reason is a shift in priorities, primarily because job changes or job losses or children.
Oh,
So
okay.
that is a reason for some reason. The whole do better for the children type nonsense.
When you're
a big-
married, I guess. Or
It doesn't necessarily have to be married. You don't have to be
Oh.
married to stay with baby mama, baby daddy. So,
oh, no, of course not.
number one reason, investment. You
stock
have
market?
invest. No.
I
You
know.
have
I'm
invested-
just fucking around.
You mean Bitcoin? Oh shit, we lost on that one. No, because you share. You buy a home, so you invest in that. You invest in your children. You invest in, you have intertwined financial statuses. The time and effort that's spent in a relationship, prolonging it,
So
because everybody
lazy.
does. Well, it is, but
Yeah, lazy. You're just too
number
lazy to
number
do it.
one reason under that topic is time, because you spend 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years in a relationship. You're like, how can I reset my clock? How can I start over?
Whoops, sorry.
Whoa, oh, wrong
Whoa,
podcast,
Sorry.
whoa, whoa!
Sorry.
Somebody,
That's synergy.
somebody
That's
just tried
synergy.
to promote.
That's Greg.
Somebody just tried to promote a dead podcast.
That's
what happened.
dead
Was that the wind?
podcast.
Was that the wind?
I can't. How dare you? That podcast is going strong. Okay, it's so
here we
strong.
go. Toxic relationship has been invested for keeping up in the Geek Bros for time.
Hold on now. In my situation, yes. Okay, so keep it. Okay, all right. Let's go there.
I'm just
Keep
fucking.
it up with the Geek
We
Bros.
got less than 10 minutes.
Hold on. Keep it up with the Geek Bros is my toxic
God.
relationship. But I have a friend that instead of giving me the real advice is telling me, "Hey, boo boo, stick around, it'll get better, baby." So don't even.
I didn't say that.
I've been trying to leave this thing.
Let's make it fun. That's all I said, because I'm all about fun.
Joe,
creating
you know what? I
happiness
retract
and
my entire statement. I want you to make it fun. Okay. Figure things out, change it up a little bit, but make it fun. Don't even worry about what's giving you a hard time. You have fun with it, okay?
Yeah, let's have fun with it. Fuck it.
Have fun with it, Joe.
I have fun with it in many different ways.
Get some toys, do other
Yeah,
things, but
but
have fun with it, but ignore what the issues are.
Stick it in your ass. Another reason people stay in relationships is because one of the two are actually in love.
With each other?
With the other person, you douche. One of the two people are in love. God. The whole he loves me, but I love him and whatever. That kind of falls into the whole manipulation type nonsense.
So basically a Disney thing. Okay.
Yes. Disliking the available alternatives,
Which is basically getting back out there again.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary to get back out there again. And I'm not going to be one to sit there and say, Joe, man, drop this and get back out there. I told Joe very clearly, dating sucks, bro. I said it to him. I've given him both sides. I've been saying this on the podcast forever. Dating this now is an awful experience for anybody who's taking it seriously. If you're gonna have a good time, get out there. You're gonna have a blast.
But you do know that the universe speaks to you in a different way. Ironically enough, when you are in like a marriage or a relationship, because you seem to attract the opposite sex more so.
Your privilege is showing. That's some shit white people say. Cut that shit out.
Yeah.
No, wait. I'm serious. Come on. For instance, I'm not going to speak on. You know what? I'll just tell you off the air. But the situation, the night that occurred not too long ago in this past summer, is what exactly I was talking about, referring to.
Well, yeah, but
they seem to know. I don't know what it is. They seem to know. It happened. No, it happened. That's just, you know what?
No. To that extent, no. But I'm talking about the universe speaking to you. You told me several examples where the universe told you still got it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes. Okay, 100%. Yeah.
So I remember that.
Yes, and that's what I was talking about. Yeah. But it never happened as much, is what I'm saying, compared to when I was, single and ready to mingle.
Right, because you have that I'm not available aura to you. That's what it is. You're not walking around trying to impress anybody. I'm taken. So that swag, that I don't need to be looking for bitches swag, is all on you, and that's intoxicating. It's interesting. So,
but you have that too right now,
huh? You
have that too right now.
I do. I do have that, but it's more of a fuck off tattooed on my head. You know what I'm saying? That's what's more tattooed on my head. It's fuck off. Because I'm not saying that I'm not approachable. What I am saying though is that don't approach me. So, but no, I'm joking. It's not that serious. I'm playing a character on here, okay?
Except that your name starts with M. But all right.
Yes, you're right. Absolutely right. Manny, 3 minutes. You wanna wrap up this
Sorry, I'm sorry,
Manny.
I'm
sorry, Manny. I guarantee next week is your topic too. Okay.
I'm so sorry, Manny. Because I apologize.
Yeah, it's not even like I don't even know. So final thoughts, or if you want to give examples.
Last two examples. Manipulation, when your partner knows you want to leave and they don't want you to leave, so they manipulate in any aspect that they can to keep you around.
Like by
Whether
saying, like
it's-
by coming back after a while and saying sorry.
Yes. Emotional manipulation, belittling, demeaning, and even threats of violence to future alternative partners can maintain your current relationship. And last but not least is actual abuse. Whether it be emotional,
that's a no game. That's dead end right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether it be through emotional abuse, physical abuse, financial, and whether you're just feeling like you want to self-threat on yourself. But yeah, these are the main reasons why people stay in toxic relationships. I have fell victim to this in my past, where I actually said that the only way that this relationship will continue is if we seek therapy, because you and I cannot talk to each other on a normal factor. And that kind of falls into the whole emotional aspect of it. But you know, most people deal with that and it sucks. So my final thought on this is, if you feel you are in a toxic relationship and you need to find a way out of it, seek help, therapy, or something of that same manner, you know, because there are several people out there that, you know, want to see you fail, want to see your love fail, whatever have you. They don't want to see you always doing the best. There are people that want to see you the best, but they go about it the wrong way. So in those kind of aspects, just for your mental well-being, is seek somebody who's unbiased in the situation to tell you, jump off the bridge, get out of there. Because if you speak to, let's say, a family member on your side, they're going to be on your side. They're going to be like, oh, well, you know, they're always wrong. Fuck that. You're never wrong. What's wrong with you? If you speak to somebody on their side of the family, oh, well, my baby would never do that. Maybe you're wrong. And it's a very conflict of interest when it comes to conversations like that. So at this point, stay away from friends, stay away from family members, and just speak to somebody who's completely unbiased, which unfortunately is therapy at this point, because one, you might learn a few things about yourself, and two, you know, their job is to provide unbiased advice to you and opinions that will help you seek a way out.
Joe, final thoughts.
Make sure you have friends like Manny and Jason who are going to call you out on your shit. That's all I have.
I mean,
it really wasn't what it was supposed to be.
No, it wasn't. And I have to admit, this podcast got off the rails a little bit. It diverted.
You might even have to change the topic.
And in my defense, Joe used himself as a good example first, and I just couldn't help myself as I listened to this man double down, that I couldn't help myself. So yes, admittedly, this did become very Joe-centric, and it wasn't supposed to be. But
I think we're gonna
again, like we've always said, we use our real world experience as inspiration or cannon fodder.
Leverage. We use it as leverage towards the topic. Yes.
So I wouldn't say leverage. I'd say inspiration or cannon fodder. Today was cannon fodder. So I'd like to thank Joe for being a good spirit as I hammered him on air over and over and over again. But you see that this is just, you know, love. This is love and concern for somebody that you respect. And I would say, despite this episode and reasons why you would stay in a toxic relationship, I would hope that you have friends like us that gives you the business. And then I would hope, if you do have friends like us that give you the business, that you listen and realize that it's not an attempt to hurt you or belittle you. It's a cry for help for you. It's a concern. It is also a sense of camaraderie, love, to show you the truth. A real friend will give you the business. A real friend will tell you that you're messing up, and you should accept that and want that. That should be a friendship that you aspire to with somebody. And that's my final thought for this episode. So that's it for Last of the Nice Guys podcast. Tune in next week where we'll have a real topic that stays on topic, and Manny will bring it to us. I promise. Again, pray for Joe and email us at lastoftheniceguys@yahoo.com if you'd like the full breakdown.
I don't need
Joe's
anyone's prayers.
Remember, subject light, all the tea. I'm Jason.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Manny.
And thank you for your time.
The Last of the Nice Guys. Follow, like, and subscribe on Twitter and Instagram at Last Nice Guys, Facebook.com/Last Nice Guys, or email lastoftheniceguys@yahoo.com.